So I made a video not so recently listing 5 of the most peaceful fish for your small aquarium. Well, I decided to make another video listing 5 more of the most peaceful fish for your small aquarium. Number 5. Cardinal Tetras. Cardinal Tetras are peaceful and colorful schooling fish that have these amazing fluorescent neon colors in the middle of their body. These guys are, as I said, schooling fish, so they want to be in a group of at least 6. But if you have space for more, I recommend getting more so you can see their true schooling behavior. It looks amazing when you have a big school of Cardinal Tetras. Many of you wonder what the difference is between Cardinal Tetras and Neon Tetras. The difference is the color of their belly. Neon Tetras have a white belly at the front and red at the back. The Cardinal Tetra, on the other hand, is red all over their belly. They originate from the Amazon River and swim in huge schools. And as they come from the Amazon River, they prefer softer water and a low to neutral pH, but they're hardy. So they do tolerate a wide range of water parameters. So you don't have to go crazy with water softeners and such. Most Cardinal Tetras are captive bred, so I would aim for the parameters where you got them from. Also, keep them warm, between 73 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 to 27 degrees Celsius. Now when it comes to tank size, I would say the absolute minimum for these fish are 5-gallon longs, but preferably a 10-gallon as they like to swim around a lot and you want to have to do water changes as frequently. Number 4. Chilli Rasperas. Chilli Rasperas, also known as the mosquito raspora, are tiny ruby red schooling fish that grows to less than an inch in size. They like a tank that is at least 5 gallons with tons of hiding spots so they can feel safe. Just like the Cardinal Tetra, these guys are schooling fish and they would like to be in groups of at least 6 to 8. Since they are so small and so colorful and with their unique looks, they're a popular choice for aquascapers. Chilli Rasperas originate from the heavily vegetated and slow-moving rivers and streams of Southeast Asia, where they will eat insects, small crustaceans, etc. But in your home aquarium, they will eat just about anything, such as flakes, pellets, frozen foods, live foods such as brine shrimp. They do appreciate a varied diet. As for water parameters, they tolerate a wide range. The most important thing is to keep the parameters stable. If they fluctuate too much, they will not do very well. Keep them between 72 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 to 27 degrees Celsius. If you don't provide tropical fish with the temperature they need, they will eventually become stressed and may even get sick. Number 3. Andler SL Bearer. Andler SL Bearer is a fish that resembles guppies a lot. Some even call them Andler's guppy. As the name suggests, it's a live bearer, meaning they give birth to live young. The female usually gives birth to between 5 to 25 babies. Imagine giving birth to that many babies at once. These fish will be happy in a tank that is at least 5 gallon, even bigger if you intend to breed them or keep the two sexes together, because they will breed, guaranteed. If you keep them in a 5-gallon, keep only males or only females so they don't breed. Otherwise you will get an overstocked tank very fast. If you decide that, hey, I want to breed these guys, I suggest a 15-gallon tank that consists of 2 females per male. The reason why you want to keep 2 females is that if you only keep 1 female per male, the male may chase the female around, stressing her so she gets sick, or the stress may even cause death. Andler SL Bearer want water that's a little bit on the harder side and with a little higher pH. If you don't provide them with this, it may cause the spine to become deformed. I've had experience with this. I have very soft water and low pH coming out of the tap, so when I had less experience, the soft water caused spine deformities in the antlers. I felt so sorry for them. However, when I buffed the water, the antlers stopped getting these deformities. A food that's for guppies can help too, as it often contains a little more calcium. If you want to save money, you're in luck, because these fish don't need heaters. You can provide them with a heater if you want to, but they don't need it, unless you live in an igloo. The ideal temperature range for them is between 68 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit or about 20 to 29 degrees Celsius. Keep in mind though that they will breed more in warmer conditions, eventually decreasing their lifespan. Number 2. Culiloches. These cuties are bottom-dwelling scavengers that feed on leftover foods that are sunk to the bottom, such as flakes or pellets, frozen foods, live foods such as baby brine shrimp or blackworms, etc. Because they scavenge for leftover food in your substrate, algae is less likely to appear in your substrate too. When it comes to tank size, I recommend a tank that is at least 20 gallon for a group of 5 or 6, and even bigger if you want more. The more culiloches you have, the more you will see them, as they tend to be quite secretive if kept alone. They like to have tons of hiding spots such as dense vegetation, under rocks, driftwood, etc. Just a side note though, if you remove the driftwood from your tank, check to see if there are any cockroaches hiding in there, as they may not get out when above the water. When I worked at a pet store, this happened, and I had to manually check the driftwood if there were any cockroaches in there and then release them into the tank carefully. They prefer softer water and lower pH, and a warmer temperature that's between 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 to 29 degrees Celsius. And as with other tropical fish, if you don't provide them with this temperature range, they may eventually become stressed or sick. They're a bit prone to ick. Ick is an infection that shows itself as white spot. It kind of resembles speckles of salt or sugar. And the best way to prevent this is to keep the water clean and quarantine new fish in a separate tank. If you don't have a spare tank, I suggest you get one. But if you can't get one because of money or space, no worries. Some tank mates you can keep with them are non-aggressive fish such as corridores, different tetras, rasboras, danios, etc. As long as they are peaceful and not big enough to eat them, you're good. Be aware that they can be very hard to catch if you need to. They're a nightmare to catch because they're so extremely fast. Don't chase them around with the net, as this will just stress them out. Try to keep yourself calm and gently move the net towards the fish. This can help, but not always. And number 1, snails. I know, snails aren't fish, but I like to ruin this list. Most snails are peaceful. Assassin snails, not so peaceful towards other snails. They're called assassin snails for a reason. Depending on what species you want to keep, you can keep them in tanks that are between 1 to 15 gallon or bigger if you want. The small snail species typically don't need a lot of space, so you can get away with a small tank. And if you keep bigger snails such as rabbit snails, I recommend a tank that is at least 15 gallons. Some snails that I really like are the ramshorn snails and bladder snails. They're so good at eating algae and they're just so cute! Bladder snails tend to have a bad reputation, but I love them. Mystery snails are popular options. I would love to keep a mystery snails, but unfortunately they are illegal to keep here. Snails are scavengers and will feed on pretty much everything you offer them, such as flakes, pellets, algae wafers, frozen foods, etc. Just keep in mind that they will thrive on a diet that is high in calcium, so they can keep their shells strong and healthy. There are even specific snail foods you can give them. They'll also feed on decaying plant matter such as dying leaves or sick leaves. If you think that your snail population is getting out of control, you can either feed less or sell them. A lot of people are willing to buy snails, both as pets and as a food source for other fish such as puffers. So those were the fish listed in this video. If you like this video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. If you would like to support me even further so I can keep making these videos, I do have a Patreon page that I will post in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!